What's going on, guys? Hex Competitive back in today with a brand new video. And I gotta say, looking at this arc and how it's ending and everything that's going on, you know, having Natsumi finally getting sealed and so on and so forth, I do gotta say that I am glad that this arc is done. I am 100% glad that it's done. Did I like this episode? Yes. Did I like the episode before? Yes. Because it wasn't overly Natsumi focused. It had DM involved, and DM, it makes the show as interesting as it can get, right? That's when it shows at its peak. Most harem series seem to end whenever they introduce the true antagonist. I mean, there's so many different shows end when they introduce the true antagonist, and they never get that sequel. And we're getting to see how interesting a harem can become after, I guess, that first season or so. I mean, it's the same thing on DxD even. But looking at this, I really want to talk about Origami because that's a character that I even have in my notes. Literally, I said, Origami being a traitor, been wanting to know more. I literally have that written down in my notes. I was thinking after watching the last episode, I've always wanted to know more about the character since she's such an odd character. There's so much to her character and weird quirks. It makes you wonder, why the hell is she who she is? I want the characterization that explains her features, not just tells me her features. I want some explanations. And I look at other characters within the show that actually have been interesting, because most harem series don't have in-depth characters. That's why DxD is where it's at, because it has in-depth characters, whether it be Konako, Akano, whether it be not Rias. Rias has the least depth in the show, but Zenobia and so on and so forth. That's what separates series apart, and I think the three characters that really kind of separate this harem from other harems per se, if you want to make the argument, besides the concept of the date, the dating theme, that main concept, that's different than other harem series. But the thing that really sets them apart per se in terms of characters would be Kurumi, it would be Origami, and I could, you could say Katori even. Katori was an interesting character coming in. She's always that character like, okay, she's the commander of this big naval ship, this organization. Why is she that commander? How does she become Shido's brother? Who is she really? Especially after we got to see that she's actually a spirit. And then we hop on to, Kurumi. She's definitely the most interesting character in the entire show. I don't even see how that's up for debate, because she's so mysterious. She's dark, she's evil. Why is she dark and evil? Where did she come from? How has she gotten to where she is? With Origami, we don't, as far as we know, she's not a spirit. Given if you look at the cover art, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But it kind of spoils you. But we look at her character. Other than that, though, where's her parents? We've never heard anything about her personal life. We haven't even heard her talk about her personal life. And then this episode, where they refer to her parents, don't you want to avenge your parents? That makes things interesting. Who killed her parents and why? Was it intentional? Was it accidental? Who knows? And if it was related to a fire, was it Katori? Was Katori actually the one that caused that to happen? Because we do know Katori caused a fire before. If I do remember back in season 2, they kind of explained that. And those three characters are the most interesting. And I think you got a character in Miku, who is my personal favorite. She's, her past was pretty interesting. She wasn't necessarily a character that had depth, but Miku was a character that's interesting. We got her arc. We learned why, she was an idol and so on and so forth, and how she lost her voice, how her company and agency abandoned her, and so on and so forth. Her character was cool. She wasn't necessarily interesting per se, but once we got the info dump, she was a pretty cool character. I think that's why people like her a lot, because it wasn't that she's interesting. It's just about the characters that, characterization she was given was cool. But outside of that, just, done rambling about the characters per se, and that probably took up like 3 minutes. I think that's why the show gets carried, and I missed an episode or two, so I kind of just wanted to go into that. But other than that, though, looking at everything that's going on, we had Katori go into her spirit form again, which was cool. We got to see Shido. What is Shido? I mean, is he a spirit? He doesn't have, spirit armor. Is he half spirit? And if he is a spirit, how come he's the only spirit that can seal other spirits? So many different things that we want to find out with this freaking show, man. I mean, for real. But other than that, they're destroying the satellites. I like how that was orchestrated, I guess. I like how it was set up. I really can't really say much more about that. I just genuinely liked how it was all done. I mean, it could have been less of what it was. It could have been less, I guess, climactic. I never felt like it was truly anticlimactic. I always felt like it was well done when I was watching it. But other than that, I mean, it's just, I can't really comment too much on that, per se. I mean, I wonder what Origami's going to do. Was Origami going to be a true traitor? We get to see her at the end of the show. But other than that, there wasn't much to that sequence. Pretty basic, right? Nothing special by no means. And we're not going to get special action scenes for Date Alive. It's just not that show. It's not going to compete with Attack on Titan action scenes, My Hero Academia action scenes. It's not going to compete with Shield Hero. It's just not going to compete with a lot of other action shows, right? That's not its true forte. But just looking at Origami, if she does truly betray Shido, I'll be surprised. You know, maybe at first, maybe it'll be a mere facade, but at heart, I don't think there's any way possible she could truly betray them. So, but if it is Katori that caused that, because we know Katori's the fire spirit, we know Katori caused fires before. What if she is the one that took out her parents on accident? That'd be crazy. So, other than that, though, we did seal Natsumi, like I just said, I think in the beginning, but if not, I'm glad we're done with her arc. She just didn't have any depth to her at all. She didn't pique my interest. I don't think she piqued a lot of other people's interest either. So I like where the show is going. I love where it's heading. But yeah, other than that though, guys, you guys have been hexed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.